Mr Mariner's home is near Apia, and that's close to a site where evacuees have been told to gather this morning. Mr Mariner can see the evacuees nearby, so we'll talk to him now on the phone. Ken Mariner, good morning and thank you for joining us.
Hi, good morning.
Tell us what you've heard and felt and experienced this morning.
Yeah, it was about 10 to 7 local time this morning. We started through the quake, which lasted, officially the time was 3 minutes. It felt a lot longer than that. And then about 15 to 20 minutes after that, we actually phoned the MIT service, or the tsunami center in Hawaii, and they told us that they just issued a tsunami alert to the authorities here. So not long after that, we heard the fire station siren go off, which could be heard by most of Apia. So that was the cue for us to move to the evacuation site, which one of the 5 sites is just 100 meters down the road from us. So we made our way down there, and not long after that, then the majority of the people started turning up as well.
So everyone knows what to do the moment they hear that siren?
Yeah, that's correct. We have had 2 drills after the wake of the Indonesia tsunami. We've had a drill, or the latest one was just last June or July. So everyone was well aware of what to do in that case.
And how damaging was that quake that you felt at 10 to 7?
It was quite bad. We were standing downstairs of the house, and you could just hear frames and things like that fall off the walls in the house. And we had 2 quite significantly big trees, and we saw them shake as if it was someone coming to shake a little plant. So no, it was quite scary, and it lasted for quite a while as well.
So you, with the evacuation centre, how many people do you think are there?
Well, they slowly started coming, about 45 minutes after the earthquake. There were about 1,000 to 1,500, and a lot of students as well, so they all knew what to do. But in saying that, that's only one of the 5 sites, and would probably be the least populated evacuation site. So, like, I have talked to friends and things like that, and at the other evacuation sites, it seems to be a lot more full.
And are you anywhere near the sea? Can you actually see if there has been some tsunami activity?
No, well, we can see the coast from our house now, but we hadn't seen any activity this morning. But from what we can hear from news reports, what's happening here is they're just streaming the radio live, and people from around the island are just calling up and reporting the situation in their villages. So from what we can gather, it was more the eastern and southern coast that had been hit the worst. There was an official report of 3 kids that had died, and that was on the western coast of Utulu, which is the western Samoan main island. So the northern coast doesn't seem to have been hit too bad, but we have heard reports that, especially on the southern coast, a lot of the resorts and hotels have been wiped. I had a report from a friend that someone has been swept out to sea as well.
So some of those reports were really quite bad. It was of some serious effects.
Sure.
I'm sorry, can Mariner try again?
Hello?
No, we seem to have a problem with that line. We've been speaking to Ken Mariner this morning, who's been talking to us from the Faliata region of Samoa. Dodgy phone lines, as you would expect, through that region, and this morning with lots of activity.